holiday is the holiday of Shavuot. In the Talmud, Shavuot is called Atzeret, the day of gathering. Why is it called Atzeret? Another question is, why do we read the Book of Ruth on Shavuot? Apparently, ostensibly, the Book of Ruth has nothing to do with the giving of the Torah. So why do we read this book? So the simple answer to the first question of why it's called Atzeret is because the Talmud records that when Jewish people received the Torah, it was preceded by an unprecedented unity, a tremendous surge of oneness and achdus, and that's why it's called the Day of Gathering, to recall the gathering together, the achdah, that was the prerequisite to receiving the Torah. But the Sasavas offers another very important answer. He says, a person may mistakenly think that when the Jews got the Torah, that cut themselves off from the rest of society. And the answer is no. To the contrary, the purpose of the Torah is actually to perfect society, to help us look outwards and help us see how we can improve society, how we can be a role model for society and be an Or L'Goyim, and be a light to the nations. And that's the reason why we read the Book of Ruth. Ruth discusses how Naomi embraced and reached out to Ruth until she eventually, Ruth, who was a Moabite princess, a non-Jewish princess, until she eventually converted and became part of the Jewish faith. So the reason why we read the Book of Ruth on Shavuot is because it teaches us the purpose of the Torah is not to cut us off from society, but to the contrary, to help us look outward and see how we can bring others in towards a more moral way of life. Now, this doesn't mean we're supposed to proselytize, but it means that we have a responsibility to model appropriate and moral behavior for the world. That's the basic mitzvah of being Kiddush Hashem. And that's the basic message of Shavuos. With the Torah, we have the ability to reach out, help perfect the world, and bring others in towards a more godly way of life. Have a wonderful Shabbos.